qualifying matches. He had a great win over Tom Ford in the final qualifier, as you mentioned earlier on, Terry, where Tom Ford had given a frame away for being late to the table. He eventually lost 10-9, so obviously Tom Ford feels like he should be here. But to come to the Crucible and beat a player such as Mark Allen, who was one of the favourites, Terry, to win the tournament, is a great feather in his cap.
And done it in style as well. I mean, it wasn't Mark Allen played very badly. He didn't play at his best, but that's because of the pressure this young man put on him with his fine play. And I am disappointed, to be honest with you, to see him play like this so far. And it is 3 sessions, and hopefully he can recover, because at the moment he looks very vulnerable.
Well, he looks like a top-class amateur at the moment, Terry. Obviously, he's cued beautifully in the first match, and I'm glad that he did that, because if he'd played like this in his first match, I'd have been saying things like he's going to have to improve an awful lot to compete at this level. His safety is not good, his shot selection is not good, he's missing too many easy balls, but thankfully we saw him play well against Mark Allen. And he's now 1 frame before the mid-session interval. Clearly has to get a frame on the board. You can't win a match, obviously, in any session, certainly of the first 2, but you can certainly put yourself in a position where you're struggling. And even though this is the best of 25, he needs to get a foothold in the match, and quickly.
Anybody hurt there?
Foul. Chow Yu Peng 4.
Just the scorer, 4 points away, but he was a long way out with that, and after that break he had earlier, you'd have to expect him to knock that in, because once Ryan Day gets in front of you, he's a very, very tough player to get back. Thrives on making long pots to start his breaks off, and very difficult to beat. Struck that one nicely. Much easier cue delivery once again. It was noticeable. So difficult to keep calm out there when you're missing balls, and disappointments grows shot by shot, frame by frame. This is a big test of this young man's temperament.
Thank you. 8. Chow Yu Peng 8.
Well, another very good chance missed. I'm just wondering whether it just rolled up the table a little bit. It appeared to be a straightforward pot. So another
1.
chance for Ryan Day to get a few points on the board, albeit the black's going to be tough. If he was directly behind it, you'd fancy knocking this one without a problem, but from here, made slightly easier they can play it plain ball. Yeah, always missable, those.
Ryan Day 1.
Amazing. There's a different type of pressure on Ryan Day. You see this shot he misses here. At the moment, he knows that his young opponent is struggling, and you feel as if you don't have to do that much to push on and get a very good lead in this first session.
1.
Everybody does it.
But even that shot there, Terry, you've got to be aggressive there, go into them at pace. Just have a look at the pace. We'll get a chance to show this again, this red. OK, it's a red that's unmissable, so give it some welly. You know, get those reds in play. He's brought 1 red out.
He's a clipper, that's what I call him. He clips the reds out a bit at a time. I've seen him play a few times. And look, he does very well of it when everything's going good. But at the moment, you're right, you feel that he needs some inspiration out there. He's certainly got the skill. Just at the moment, he's finding the task in front of him a bit of a burden.
6.
Those
Joe,
are the
you're
type
playing
of
6.
shots that can inspire you if they go in. It's not happening for Yu Peng. If they say if you relax your butt out there too often, somebody will come along and kick it, and that's what's happening here. Ryan Day is being offered some clear-cut chances he wasn't expecting in the 3 frames.
It's when you consider now he's had the first chance in every frame. Ryan's literally not had to do anything but just pop what's there. He's never made an opening by himself.
8. Nine.
I just love watching Ryan Day play. I think it's so disappointing that he's seems to have gone a little bit backwards over the last couple of years. He gets through the ball well, he scores as well as most. He's got a tremendous cue power in his action. But he just gets a little bit uptight and starts gripping the cue when the pressure comes on. And he's even had a few miscues when the pressure's on. He seems to suddenly dive at the ball, but
60.
what a wonderful player to watch. And a really nice guy.
17.
Just about. Yes, I still think Ryan's got good performances in him, and he may well come in this championship. Still works very hard at his game, and can be devastating on his day. But some of his friends say that he's
24.
just trying too hard all the time to be perfect.
Sure. 25.
Some would say to strive for excellence, not perfection. On the other hand, others say if you aim for perfection and miss, you're still pretty good. But if you aim for mediocrity and miss, you just become a number. Nobody conquers the mind. Everybody tries.
32.
What you feel with Ryan Day is just a little bit of a mental battle to go on and win a major tournament, but this could be his time. And not with shots like that.
Ryan Day, 32. Sure.
And he's left the red. So it's catching a bit.
It's even though Ryan's leading 3-0, it's just nobody's getting hold of this match by the scruff of the neck and winning a frame when he should. It's all been vice versa at the moment. Those that should win the frames are losing it. Will this be the case there? Ryan Day in with a 30-odd break there, and he's broken down. Can Chao Yu Peng make Ryan pay this time?
Quietly as you can, please.
Well, every frame that passes and goes on your opponent's scoreboard makes things harder
8.
to get rid of the nerves, and he desperately needs to win a frame before the interval, so he's got a chance to do it here.
9.
A fraction too low with the cue ball, not bad.
Yes, you mentioned how he likes to chip balls out. He needs to give these a little bit of a ride. He doesn't want to be going into this pack softly. Could end up sticking on them. His break building at the moment is very poor.
16. Chao Yu Peng, 16.
Ryan Day is just looking where he can place the cue ball to cover that red with the brown and yellow possibly. Doesn't want to leave his opponent having an easy safety. Looks as if he's gone too hard. Not happy. So he's a good safety shot now from Yu Peng. You can see this red, it needs to be tight and try and cover the right hand side of the table with the reds, because the pink's covering on the left hand side. That'll put Ryan Day in trouble. Not quite. Didn't get the cushion and didn't get behind the colours.
And there's a gap, of course, to play the shot to nothing here. Just having a look how hard he'd have to hit it to miss the kiss on the black and the red. Just swinging it around the three cushions. We're playing for a ball colour here, won't we? Just playing for the blue. And there you can see the advantage of playing for a ball colour. It makes you hit it a lot more crisper. Beautifully played. The thud as it went into the pocket, straight in the middle. Perfect on the yellow or green to get onto that red that's loose. The red next to the pink will pot as well, the one to the right of the pink, so he could play the yellow and play off the one cushion and get on both those reds. Well, he's playing the blue with check side, and this is, for me, a slightly more difficult shot than the yellow. But he's played it nicely. That's perfect.
Six. Foul. Ryan Day 6. Chow Yu Peng 6.
Well. You can see Ryan Day was just turning around to say to Michaela Tabid me he'd committed a foul there, which was very good. We see a lot of that in the game. It was definitely pink first. The pink couldn't have moved to the left like that if you had the red first. So it's another chance for Yu Peng, unexpected.
1.
You think he's going to start making something out of the chances before long. Otherwise it's going to be a really tough one for him mentally. Not easy here, playing the blue into the top pocket. Very well played. Did that one nicely. Once again, he's not in prime position. These are
6.
missable. But because the pot was a little more difficult, you takes your concentration and focus away from your positional side of the shot.
7.